Hey, what's up everyone? This is Krembo from Emotionless Crypto Trading, and I'm coming out to you with another review video presentation of an ICO. Now, you know I like to do videos that provide content which is available to the industry, right? So that's what I'm going to do here as well. It's going to be a straight to the point video presentation about an ICO which is called Crowd Genie. So let's talk more about it. Let's see what it's all about and see if it really brings that value we're looking after in the ICO sectors, right? So Crowd Genie's mission statement: cut out the middleman and empower a continent, making borrowing faster, cheaper, and simpler compared to the traditional financing methods. Crowd Genie is an already established, innovative, peer-to-peer leading company from Singapore. Our new DLT ecosystem will scale this disruption to the whole of Asia through a platform allowing investors to directly buy into loans required by small and medium-sized companies who to grow and can provide better returns on investment than traditional banking. All this by being license holder from Monetary Authority of Singapore, credible team and responsible financial institution. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is they have a license, which I guess is necessary in order to run a business in the financial sector, especially a business that sits in the borrowing and lending sector, right? So we're talking about a company here that is the bridge which eliminates the banking systems that would do this for you, right? So this is the bridge between the borrower and the lender. They provide a platform. They already have that platform running. They already have borrowers, they already have lenders. It's an active company that runs their business even right now. So this is just an ICO for this company, providing a token that's going to be included in the platform, right? And it's going to have a use in the platform in a business that's already running. Now we're getting back to the license holder idea. Nowadays, there's a bunch of ICOs going out without any sort of license, without any sort of stable business model. These guys have a business, and these guys have a proper license. I'm going to show you officially the license shared by the Singapore Monetary officials website very soon. I've got that link from their team, from their CEO. So, you know, I was looking after proof when I was speaking with the CEO. It's not just like that you're telling me you have a license. I do want to see the proof because I know you guys want to see the proof as well when I'm making such a video presentations and content. So definitely want to see that proof very soon. Now, credible team and responsible financial institution. We definitely want to see that a credible team at first needs to have a license, needs to have a platform, needs to have a product, needs to have a business that's going on, and therefore it could be considered, if all done well, it could be considered a credible team, right? A responsible financial institution, of course, can be responsible as long as it's activating under regulations of a specific country. We're talking about Singapore here because this is where they are registered. Now, that's straight to the point, that's clear, this is the way it must be, this is the way I find it normal. On the other side, in contrast with an ICO like this, we have so many ICOs going out which are not licensed anywhere, they're not officially registered anywhere, they're not even backed up by a company, they don't have any sort of offices. Of course, if they don't have companies, they don't have offices. There's just a couple of guys sitting behind computers and they are making ICOs up for the industry, which is kind of making the people to go away from the ICO sector, right? Now it should be, the ICO sector should be great. It should represent great returns for people if it's done well. Now nowadays, more than 90% of the ICOs fall under the umbrella of being kind of sorts of scams or done in a very, very unprofessional way. Now, the reason why I'm researching, and I'm telling you something, I have one guy working full-time for me, researching through ICOs and looking after available content, looking after the great things that are happening into our industry for me to be able to invest, but as well to share video presentations on YouTube with my YouTube subscribers. So I'm heavily involved into the ICO section, and you must know that before making any sort of decision, right? So this is what I'm considering as a introduction for the company. It really exists. It has an address. You can visit that address. I'm going to share with you in a few minutes. It's present in Singapore. We're going to see what's all about that. But before we move over there, let's see how it works. It's pretty simple. This is from a lender perspective, because you can register as a borrower or as a lender on the official platform. Now you must connect, certify, provide document, full verification, credit, fund your account, invest, pick the loan listing you want to fund, browse investments, receive your monthly in your personal account. Pretty simple from a lender perspective, a little bit more complicated from a borrower perspective, because they need to make sure a couple of things in order to accept you and in order to let you borrow money from people, as well from the Crowd Genie company, because they are participating in every single project. We're going to talk about that very soon. So here's a couple of interesting details that I was able to write them down during I was talking with the CEO, because this is the way I like to produce review video presentations, after talking with CEOs and seeing basically that person exists, that person is open to share details, that person is a kind of know what he says, and I can feel that by the way he communicates, by the way he covers all the details. So therefore, I'm always trying to make sure that once I'm making a review of an ICO, is as legit as possible from perspective of the details that I'm sharing, right? So what is your security by lending? You know, a couple of details that I was able to write them down, which are received from the CEO during our conversation, right? So 2 out of 10 proposals are making it on the platform, because there are 40 to 50 strict criteria to be accepted from a borrower perspective, right? So only 2 out of 10 companies are making it on the platform. There's a heavy and strict filter that runs through this process, and that's why only 2 out of 10 proposals are making it. Now, that's something realistic to consider. You know that only the banking systems have this analytics engine of risk, and these guys have it as well. That's why it allows them to have a proper business which has a default rate close to 0%, right? So lending analytics engine that provides the interest rate considering the risks. This is what I'm talking about. Lending analytics engine that provides the interest rate considering the risk. They have a lending analytics engine, so they provide the interest rate that's going to be paid by the borrower to the lender, and they decide what's that percentage considering the lending analytics engine. This is something that the banks are having, and they're able to provide the interest rate considering the risk and many other factors, right? So it's kind of accurate, it's kind of straight to the point. Crowd Genie participates by loaning in every single project that gets approved. Now, if they believe and if they approve the project, I was asking the CEO, do you also invest and participate by loaning into those projects? And they said, yes, we're participating in every single project that we are approving on our platform, right? So they're also involved with you as a client. I'm just trying to explain you what is the platform about, then I'm going to explain you what is the token, and you can decide for yourself. Of course, this is just a review video presentation sharing my research. So the average loan is for 12 months, consisting on average between $100,000 and $200,000, with an average of 10 to 15% interest rate. You as a lender, this is what you could achieve: 10 to 15% interest rate in 12 months or 6 months, depends what kind of projects you will find on the listings as well, right? So borrowers are paying every 30 days principal and interest. They're going to pay you every 30 days. 30 days you're going to get your funds in your account. You can use that to reinvest, you can use that to cash out, you can use that for whatever you would like to do. Now, as a tip from me, you could consider, if you want to be involved as a lender or something like that, right? You could consider to invest into multiple projects and spread your funds, for example, into 5 or 10 listings, right? So this way, every 30 days you will get from 5 to 10 borrowers your principal and interest. This way you spread the risks of not getting paid or getting paid by late or things like that, right? So borrowers are paying every 30 days principal and interest. If not, there is a so-called Genie Shield budget from where the Crowd Genie is going to pay you from their pocket, while they will take care of the recovery from the borrower company, right? So there's this Genie Shield budget that's going to handle the payment to you if the borrower company is not paying it. Now, of course, if the borrower company is continuously failing to proceed the payments, they will be sent in court. This is the legal way to do it, and then the court is going to decide, is going to take the money, and everything is going to be completed as payment, right? So of course everything includes a risk from the borrower as well, from the lender perspective as well, but I'm just trying to explain you the idea of the business model they have, right? More details about the process, because this includes a larger process which I don't really have time to include it right here in this quick video presentation. You can ask the support exactly what's happening step by step if the borrowers are not gonna pay in time for 30 days. But for sure, as I spoke with the CEO, there is a Genie Shield budget from where you're going to get paid. But if that goes on continuously and the company fails continuously to pay, they will be sent in court, and so on, right? So here's the 3-step plans that the platform includes. Now, 1 step, Asian digital passport. You can be worldwide, it doesn't really matter. It's just the way it's called, Asian digital passport. So you, as a lender, you can participate worldwide. As a borrower, you must have a Singapore registered company as of right now. It's going to spread worldwide, first in Asia for the borrowers, but for now, only as a borrower you can apply. You must be in Asia, right? So, sorry, you must be in Singapore registered. Imagine if any entity and person could digitally know and trust who you are. There will be a digital passport for every single user of the platform. Crowd Genie's team is uniquely positioned to understand key IC regulations in Asia. Lending identity verification is still done by printing, signing, and posting paper documents. A globally digital passport verifying information for every stakeholder and asset. Compliant and accepted by regulators, this digital passport will serve to provide key IC, AML, and FATCA compliance. Additionally, this passport will also represent a potential revenue stream. Step number 2, enabling peer-to-peer lending, removing the costly middleman, enable peer-to-peer asset trading across Asia, right? So the Crowd Genie already has a lending platform that is operational, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes. Traditional banking fees, fiat transaction costs, and currency exchange losses cut into peer-to-peer lending margins. We'll expand this to build a current franchise. Further, we'll also start to incorporate and tokenize new asset classes into the platform, all of them built on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, step number 3, Asia-wide asset exchange. The final step, an exchange to trade any asset. Digital passports and tokenized lending allows the exchange to accommodate any asset. This has never been possible before. Crowd Genie aims to create the first token-enabled Asia-wide asset trading exchange. The Crowd Genie exchange will democratize trading and allow investment in infrastructure, stocks, cryptocurrencies, and bonds across Asia and the world, right? So we're going to translate this into the ecosystem. Number 1, digital passport, key IC verification, public database. Borrowers and lenders, they will have a key IC verification and a public database of each. That's going to end as a digital passport for each client. Number 2, blockchain-based transactions, instant payment overall blockchain, borrowers, capital providers, insecure loans, working capital loans, venture debt, structured finance, invoice financing, asset classes, right? So lenders and borrowers as well over there. And number 3, we have the asset tokenization, exchange, buy and sell fractions of assets. You will have the possibility to exchange and do whatever you want, because there will be the CG token right included in the ecosystem, which is the ICO4. Now I'm going to talk about that very soon. Here's right to that point. Why are our tokens available? Quarterly buybacks. 80% of Genie profits will be used to buy tokens back at the market price and then burned, right? So the way it's going to work is they'll have the ICO, they will distribute the tokens. The ones that didn't get sold will be burned right away after the ICO. And then quarterly, they will buy back the available tokens from the exchanges and burn them. This is the way they will always make the circulating supply smaller and smaller and smaller and increase the value of the tokens, right? So the company is going to use 80% of Genie profits to buy back the tokens quarterly. Now the reputation tokens, borrowers are rewarded for timely repayments with CG coins which can't monitor publicly, so lenders can build and establish trust. We're talking about the incentive. There's going to be incentive for borrowers and for lenders to use the CG coin, which you can purchase in the ICO, right? And the CG coin is going to be used on the borrowing and lending platform. Does that make sense for you? I'm sure it does make sense for you, and right now the picture adds up together for sure. So the CG coins are integrated to the system. That's what I'm talking about. Debt can be denominated in CG coins, creating a further demand. Invest in Crowd Genie. When you buy CG coins, these are invested in Crowd Genie's high returning alternative loans, right? So you will be able to participate by lending with CG coins, and also the borrowers will be able to participate by paying their interest and principal in CG coins. This is going to make the use of the token. And why would they do that? Because there would be a cut in the fees they would have to support by proceeding with the following actions, right? So there will be an incentive. That incentive is they will have a lot smaller fees by using the CG coins instead of the US dollars. Now the token distribution is right there, as you can see it, 83% for the ICO sale. That includes also the pre-ICO. So that's what we have. Founders, marketing expenses, bounties, distribution costs, and management costs. It's all done correctly in my opinion. ICO details. We've got the ICO details over there. It's a ERC20 token type based on the Ethereum blockchain. The target fundraise, it's 100,000 Ethereums. There's no minimum for the fundraise, right? So conversion rate, we've got 1 Ethereum equal with 400 CG coins. The total tokens that's going to be released if the fundraise is going to reach sold out will be 60 million, right? So if that's going to reach sold out, the ones that are not going to sell will be burned directly after the ICO. Minimum purchase 0.1 Ethereum, but during the pre-sale there will be a minimum of 1 Ethereum. Maximum purchase no limit. Completion date, it's going to be 28th of February 2018. Now there's a bonus going on in the pre-ICO. You have 50% bonus, and then from there less and less basically during the ICO, right? So sorry, that's pretty much all about. This is a slide that do not really belongs to our business. So let's just head over to the official website. This is the Crowd Genie ICO website, which you can find over here, and it's going to be included in the description of this video presentation. That's going to be the first link to the ICO website. Here we have the Crowd Genie small business lending platform, right? This is the official lending platform I was talking about. This is their official business, and this is the token they are looking to create. This is the token they are looking to implement in their official business, right? So let's just scroll down. Lenders apply now, borrowers apply now, exactly what I said. Here you will have a couple of examples of investment offers of borrowers and how it worked out. And basically this is pretty much their website of a lending platform, right? That's just the surface, of course. Now here's the ICO website. 100,000 Ethereums as a target. You can scroll down, you can read about it, you can look around it for sure. There is also the you know, the so-called address. I'm gonna share with you a better there's a place where it mentions the address of their business in a better way, so that's probably shared over here. This is the official link to the Crowd Genie financial services. You know, I mentioned at the beginning that I'm going to share with you the official link to the license of the company, right? So we're talking about Monetary Authority of Singapore officials website by Singapore government. which represents the Crowd Genie Financial Services, with the CEO Akshay Mehra, which is also where's the team? Here should be the team somewhere. I'm going to click on the team and it's going to drive us. Akshay Mehra, the CEO basically of the company, is represented right here as well. Now, for people around Singapore, people around this address right here, you can find their offices there. Here's the number, which is also represented on their official platform as well. +65 is the country code, and from there basically it's the same number if you want to drop them a call and ask them details, if you want to drop them a call to see if they're real or not. These are the things that I would guess you could consider doing for your personal securities, right? So dealing in securities, it's this company, it has an office, it's kind of official, it's represented also on their official Monetary Authority of Singapore page. It's licensed, so it's, from this perspective, it's legit, right? So this link is going to be included as well in the description area of the video presentation. All the details, I'm trying to include them. I'm trying to share with you as much as transparency as I can. So I'm trying to, you know, do my best when I do these kind of reviews, because I try to bring value to the industry, right? So CEOs, you can check their LinkedIn page. People from the team, you can check their LinkedIn page. You can ask those people if they're really involved in the program, because this is another way to do a research, and I'm just trying to point out something bad or something around that. But look, when you find an ICO, and you'll see great guys on the team on their ICO page. Here I'm trying to install the Genie ICO. I'm just trying to share with you a way, as a general way, for you to do your research around an ICO. Just ask those people which are represented in their team on the ICO page. Ask them in a private message on LinkedIn. Usually the LinkedIn profile is shared. Ask them there if they're really participating in that ICO. This is one of the ways when I do my research, I'm doing it. I'm asking people from that team if they really participate. And guess what? More than 50% of the times I'm dropping messages to those people on LinkedIn, I'm going to get a refusal. I'm going to get a refusal by those guys are saying I have nothing to do with that ICO. Those guys are just using my image, and that's all, right? So this is just a tip for you that you can use when you do your research about an ICO. I'm not talking about here specifically of Genie's ICO, but if so, you can do with them as well. I don't mind it. I have nothing to do with that, and I would suggest you to make your research completely, right? So here at Details, you have the roadmap as well, which you can look at, and that's kind of all about, guys. That's kind of all about, because I'm trying to keep this one short, straight to the point. This is the ICO website, which is going to be included in the link in the description area. This is going to be a license included in the description area, and of course the platform, the landing platform where the ICO is going, where the token is going to be included, right? So that's kind of all about this video presentation. Hopefully it brings value to your knowledge. Hopefully it allows you to see some sort of value, if not, if yes, into this token, right? So that's kind of all about, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share, subscribe, like, dislike, do whatever you want. Share your feedback. I'm appreciating people sharing their feedback in the comments area and everywhere around my video presentations, around my work, because I'm trying to become better and better and see what kind of things should I improve, right? So that's kind of all that for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you next time in my next video presentations. I'm gonna do a lot of those, you know, guys, I'm doing price analysis, market analysis video presentations of Bitcoin, other coins. So I'm just gonna do those video presentations more often than I was doing in the last weeks, because I'm working on a special project for a website in the last weeks, right? I've been working quite heavily to that, so that's why I wasn't really able to. And I'm taking care of my one-on-one coaching students more and more, and I have a bunch, you know, so it's pretty difficult. But once again, thank you so much for being active on my channel. It's my pleasure to be here with you. Hopefully this video provided some value to you. Thank you, and see you next time.